Holy crap, that's a lot of bugs. Do you think that's enough bugs? Well, and dinosaurs. Ah! Die, bugs, die! Good morning, YouTube. Hello and welcome to another MMO Anthropology. I, of course, am your host, Amorist, and this, as you've seen with the intro, is Firefall. This is an MMORPG being developed by Red 5. It is a beautiful third-person shooter with first-person shooter elements, and there's bugs. Lots of bugs. I mean that not just because there's bugs attacking you, but because it's in beta and it's a little bit full of glitches. But this is distinctly an MMO in production. We're watching it develop right now. And one of the things that really gets me about this game is that they're working really hard on integrating a social event aspect into what will eventually become the economy, the progression, and the grind of the game. And that's why I'm going to not just talk about dynamic events, as we've seen those now in Guild Wars 2 Rift and Defiance, and we also see those here in this game with things like crashed thumpers, or... no, that's just another crash thumper. There's also things called melding tornadoes. There it is. That's a weird event. There's invasions where you have to fight people off. But what I'm going to talk about are thumpers. Thumpers. This right here. A thumper is basically the beginning of resource collection. It's personal mining. And when you start one, it appears on the map. This one right here is a really heavy thumper, which means that there's a lot of bad guys there, and there also has to be a lot of people in the region in order to keep it, well, to keep it running without stuff going out of control. So, what I'm going to show you is how to thumper. Well, first, you find a place to put it down. You click on that location, and then a little warning rings appear, and then you wait, and it comes soaring through the sky and slams into the ground. After it's done doing the whole slamming thing and exploding and stuff flying everywhere, then the bugs come. Of course, after you fought them off and etc., you interact with it, and then it launches back into the sky again.
Great haul, boss.
Just like that. And also one of the things that you heard was Brody, who is being called on the Firefall beta forums, high expectations Brody, because he thinks that no matter what you do, you've always sent the thumper back too early and you didn't get a decent amount of resources. Now, one of the really neat things, as I mentioned, is that while Firefall has a number of dynamic events already with very little PvE content, almost all of the dynamic events show up on the map. And the best thing is that the thumpers themselves engage a sort of membership help. When you are looking to thump your own materials, often going to look for a thumper group helps you get experience, it helps you get resources, and etc. for progressing your battle frame, which is basically the classes of the game, which you can just change through anytime you want. But it also rewards you for involving yourself in the thumper, even if you're not in the thumping group. For example, if I had run off to that thumper that I saw with the huge group, and I stayed along for most of the ride from the beginning to end, I would receive a portion of the resources mined. And, of course, if you can start out with a really small thumper, which is the one that I showed off in the cuts that I did earlier, and sometimes people will come along and assist you, and then once enough people show up, people will then ask, hey, everyone, do you want to join? You want to make a group? Do you want to use a bigger thumper? We can probably protect one, and as a result, you get a larger amount of resources out of it. So, as a result, in a way, this generates a sort of in-game relationship, enabling and encouraging people to gather together, to pop up and look at the map, and join in with thumping teams. Why, hello there. I have a friend with me. Well, that's about as much time as I've got for today. Thank you for coming along to this MMO Anthropology. I have been your host, Amorist. To everyone, I hope you get a chance to take a look at Firefall. It's lovely, and that's good night and good dreams. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to another MMO Anthropology, and if you like what you've watched, be sure to put a like on the video, and if you are interested in Firefall, leave me a comment. Or, an unholy onslaught of bugs will destroy your thumper.